Welcome to today's exciting video where we dive into one of the most fascinating topics for coin collectors and enthusiasts alike. We're going to be talking about the 2002 D Mint Mark Jefferson nickel and its surprising connection to the War in the Pacific series. You might not expect a coin from the early 2000s to be worth a significant amount of money, but this particular nickel has stunned collectors, reaching market values of up to $2 million. Stick around as we explore why this coin is so valuable, what makes it stand out, and how you can potentially profit from finding one of these rare nickels. The 2002 D Mint Mark Jefferson nickel is a part of a series of nickels produced during the early 21st century. While most coins from this period are not typically considered rare or valuable, the 2002 D Jefferson nickel stands out due to a unique set of circumstances. To understand its worth, we need to break down a few key points that make it special. First, the 2002 D Jefferson nickel was produced at the Denver Mint. The D Mint mark is a key feature on this coin, indicating its place of production. But what makes this coin truly stand out is its connection to the War in the Pacific series, which was a design series introduced to commemorate the 60th anniversary of the end of World War II. The design on the reverse side of the 2002 D Jefferson nickel features a beautiful depiction of Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's home. While this design is classic and often seen on nickels, it's the minting error that could elevate the coin to rare status that catches the attention of collectors and investors. Minting errors are one of the primary reasons why a coin like the 2002 D Jefferson nickel can be worth so much more than its face value. Errors can happen at any stage during the coin production process. Some errors are very subtle, while others can be quite dramatic, significantly affecting the coin's rarity and value. For example, a 2002 D Jefferson nickel with a double die reverse or an off-center strike can be worth thousands of dollars. The more extreme the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. In some cases, these errors are discovered in relatively small quantities, which only increases their desirability among collectors. The reason these coins reach values as high as $2 million in some cases is simple: scarcity. If fewer than a handful of these nickels with errors are discovered, collectors are willing to pay premium prices to add them to their collections. This scarcity combined with the historical significance of the coin can drive up its market price. While the 2002 D Jefferson nickel itself doesn't feature imagery directly linked to the war in the Pacific, the coin was part of a larger effort to commemorate the World War II conflict. In fact, the U.S. Mint released several commemorative coins in the early 2000s as part of a broader initiative to honor the sacrifices and victories of the war. The War in the Pacific series itself includes coins like the 2004 World War II Memorial Quarter, and while the Jefferson nickel isn't directly tied to that series, it was minted during the same period and shares in the larger national effort to honor that era. This historical context adds another layer of interest to the 2002 D Jefferson nickel, making it an intriguing piece for both history buffs and coin collectors. Now, let's talk about the million-dollar question: why is the 2002 D Jefferson nickel worth so much? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. As mentioned earlier, minting errors play a huge role in the value of a coin. However, there are also other factors that influence the market price of this nickel. The first is the condition of the coin. Like with any collectible, the better the condition, the higher the value. Coins that are well preserved, with minimal wear and tear, are always worth more than those that have been heavily circulated. So, if you happen to find a 2002 D Jefferson nickel in pristine, uncirculated condition, you may be sitting on a small fortune. Additionally, demand plays a huge role in the value of this coin. Collectors and investors alike are always on the lookout for coins with potential, and the 2002 D Jefferson nickel is one of those hidden gems that has caught the attention of both. As more people realize its value, the demand for the coin increases, which further drives up the price. So, how can you tell if your 2002 D Jefferson nickel is valuable? Here are a few tips to help you spot a potential winner. Check for minting errors. The most important factor when it comes to the 2002 D Jefferson nickel's value is the presence of a minting error. Look for double strikes, off-center strikes, or any other visible irregularities on the coin's design. Examine the condition. if the coin is in excellent condition, it has a much higher chance of being worth more money. Coins with minimal scratches, wear, or discoloration are more desirable to collectors. Look for rare variations. While the 2002 D. Jefferson nickel is commonly found in circulation, there are rare variations that can increase its value. Researching known variations and errors can help you spot a coin that might be worth more. Consult a professional. If you think you found a rare 2002 D. Jefferson nickel, it's always a good idea to consult a professional coin appraiser or a reputable dealer. They can help authenticate your coin and provide you with an accurate valuation. If you do happen to find a 2002 D. Jefferson nickel that is worth a significant amount of money, you might be wondering where you can sell it. There are a few options available. Coin dealers. Many professional coin dealers are interested in rare and valuable coins. They can offer you a fair price for your coin, but always make sure to do some research to ensure you're getting the best deal. Coin auctions. If you have a particularly rare or valuable coin, you may want to consider selling it through an auction. Coin auctions can attract collectors who are willing to bid large sums for a rare item. Online marketplaces. Platforms like eBay and specialized coin auction sites can also be a great way to sell your valuable 2002 D. Jefferson nickel. Just be sure to provide clear photos and accurate descriptions to attract potential buyers. The 2002 D. Mint Mark Jefferson nickel might seem like just another coin from the early 2000s, but its potential to be worth millions of dollars is proof that sometimes, the most unexpected treasures lie in the most unlikely places. Whether it's due to a rare minting error or simply its historical context, this nickel has captured the attention of collectors, investors, and coin enthusiasts alike. If you happen to come across one of these nickels, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in modern American numismatics, the 1999 D. Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel. Not only is it an important piece of U.S. history, but it's also a coin that could be worth a staggering $2 million in today's market. Stick around to learn more about its value, why it's so sought after, and how you can spot one in your collection. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American currency since 1938, but today we're focusing on a particular coin from the late 1990s, the 1999 D. Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel. While most Jefferson nickels are fairly common and easy to find, this one is special. So special that it can fetch up to $2 million when in the right condition and the right circumstances. So, what's so unique about the 1999 D. Jefferson nickel? To understand its value, we need to dig into both its design and its historical significance. In 1999, the U.S. Mint released a special series of nickels to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the end of World War II. The War in the Pacific series was part of a broader effort to honor those who served during the Pacific Campaign of World War II. This particular nickel was issued as part of that effort and features an image of the famous American soldier, Thomas Jefferson, on the obverse and a depiction of the Jefferson Memorial on the reverse. However, the War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel isn't just important because of its design. It also marks a milestone in U.S. coinage, the addition of the D. Mint mark, indicating that the coin was struck in Denver. But the real story lies in the rarity and the condition of the coins. Not every 1999 D. War in the Pacific nickel is worth millions, but when you know what to look for, you can identify a coin that has the potential to skyrocket in value. The 1999 D. War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is valued at up to $2 million for one very important reason: the presence of a unique error. Some of these coins were accidentally struck with a rare die flaw that gave them an unusual look. These error coins are what make this particular nickel so valuable. In fact, these rare variations are extremely hard to find, and when they do surface, they often generate intense bidding wars at auctions. Now, you may be wondering, what makes an error coin so desirable? The short answer is rarity. Coin collectors and investors are always on the lookout for rare and unusual variations because these pieces hold intrinsic value due to their scarcity. The 1999 D. War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel has become one of the most sought-after error coins of its era, and as such, its value has only increased over time. Not all 1999 D. Jefferson nickels are worth millions, though. So, what makes some of these coins stand out from the rest? First, let's take a closer look at the condition of the coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin is. Coins that have been well preserved and are free from significant wear and tear tend to fetch the highest prices. For the 1999 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel, a coin that is graded MS-67 or higher by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC is a top contender for a high dollar value. Second, the minting error plays a crucial role. The 1999 D War in the Pacific nickel that features the die error has a noticeable flaw, often referred to as a double die or mule error. This error typically causes the design to appear doubled, giving the coin an unusual, off-center appearance. In addition to this, the mint mark itself can sometimes be misaligned or even absent on these error coins, further increasing their rarity and desirability. Finally, the coin's historical significance makes it highly collectible. This nickel was released as part of the larger effort to honor the veterans of World War II, so it carries an emotional weight for many collectors. If you happen to find a 1999 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel with a minting error in top condition, it's a coin that collectors will pay a premium for, and that could be worth up to $2 million. So, how can you tell if your 1999 D Jefferson nickel could be worth big money? Let's go over a few key things to look for. Check the mint mark. The first thing to look for is the D mint mark. It's located just to the right of Thomas Jefferson's portrait on the obverse of the coin. A clear, distinct D mint mark is what you're looking for, as it confirms that the coin was struck in Denver. Examine the design for errors. Look closely at the design of the coin. Are there any doubled features, such as a doubled date or doubled mint mark? This is a sign that you may have an error coin on your hands. Inspect the coin's condition. Condition is everything when it comes to coin values. A 1999 D War in the Pacific nickel in pristine condition will be worth far more than a heavily worn one. The higher the grade, the higher the potential value. Get the coin graded. If you think your coin may be worth something special, the best thing to do is get it graded by a professional service. Grading helps establish the coin's authenticity and condition, which can significantly increase its market value. If you've discovered that you have a 1999 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel with a rare error, you may be wondering where to sell it. Here are a few options to consider. Coin auctions. Coin auctions are often the best place to sell rare and valuable coins. Auctions like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers regularly feature high-profile coin sales where collectors from all over the world come to bid on rare pieces. Online marketplaces, websites like eBay are also good platforms for selling valuable coins. Just be sure to do your research and set a fair price for your coin based on its condition and rarity. Coin dealers. If you prefer a more direct sale, a local coin dealer can help you sell your rare 1999 D nickel. They may offer you a competitive price, especially if they recognize the coin's potential value. The 1999 D mint mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is more than just a piece of U.S. history, it's a potential goldmine for collectors and investors alike. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare error coins in good condition, it could be worth millions of dollars. Whether you're a seasoned collector or new to the world of numismatics, keep your eyes peeled for this valuable nickel, because you never know what treasure might be hiding in your pocket change. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more coin collecting tips and valuable insights into the world of rare coins. We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatics, the 1996 P War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel. You might not believe it, but this coin, which was originally minted for circulation, has recently been valued at a whopping $2 million. Stick around as we explore why this nickel is so rare, what makes it special, and how you can spot one in your own collection. Let's get started. First, let's talk about the basics. The 1996 P. Jefferson nickel was minted in Philadelphia and was part of a long series of nickels that feature the likeness of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. While most Jefferson nickels from this era are relatively common and worth only a few cents above face value, this particular coin has an intriguing history that sets it apart from the rest. In 1996, the U.S. Mint released a special edition of the Jefferson nickel to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the end of World War II. This coin was part of the War in the Pacific series, which honored the role the U.S. played in the Pacific Theater during the war. The design on the reverse side of the coin depicts Monticello, Jefferson's home, but this time it was issued with some rare misprints. Now, what makes the 1996 War in the Pacific nickel so valuable is not the design itself, but rather a small but significant error that occurred during production. This error is so rare that it has caused the value of the coin to skyrocket. So, what is this error, and why does it make this coin worth millions? The error in question is related to a die variety that resulted in a distinct, off-center strike. Essentially, when the coin was being stamped at the mint, the die was misaligned, leading to a unique design flaw that makes the coin much rarer than its counterparts. This misalignment created coins with distinct marks and irregularities, which makes them instantly recognizable to collectors. The off-center strike is one of the most sought-after features in coin collecting, and because only a small number of these error coins were released into circulation, they've become extremely valuable in the market. Now let's talk about the market value. The 1996 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel with the off-center strike has been reported to sell for as much as $2 million at auctions. That's right, $2 million for a coin that you could have easily passed by in your pocket. So, how does a regular nickel go from being worth just a few cents to a mind-blowing $2 million? Well, it all comes down to rarity, demand, and the fact that collectors are constantly searching for coins with unusual characteristics like this one. When a coin is as rare as this one, especially one that was once in circulation, the value goes up exponentially. Coin collectors and investors alike are eager to get their hands on these rare finds, knowing that the value will continue to increase as fewer of them remain in good condition. So, how do you identify this rare 1996 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel in your collection? Here are some key things to look for. Check the mint mark. The P mint mark on the 1996 nickel is crucial. It's located just to the right of Thomas Jefferson's portrait. If it's a D or S mint mark, it's not the coin we're looking for. Look for the off-center strike. The main identifying feature of the valuable 1996 War in the Pacific nickel is the off-center strike. This can make the design look misaligned or shifted, so be on the lookout for a nickel that appears slightly tilted or has part of the design missing. Examine the condition. Like any rare coin, condition is everything. Coins that are well preserved, with minimal wear and tear, fetch a much higher price. Look for nickels with little to no visible scratches, nicks, or discoloration. Ask an expert. If you're unsure whether you have the 1996 War in the Pacific nickel, it's always a good idea to have it examined by a professional. Coin grading services can help verify the authenticity and grade of the coin, ensuring you know its true value. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare nickels, you might be wondering where you can sell it for top dollar. There are several avenues you can explore to get the best price for your coin. Coin auctions. Major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers are great places to sell rare coins. These platforms have a wide audience of collectors and investors who are constantly on the lookout for valuable pieces like the 1996 War in the Pacific nickel. Online marketplaces, websites like eBay are another option for selling rare coins. If you choose this route, make sure to take clear photos of your coin and describe its unique features accurately to attract serious buyers. Coin dealers. Many coin dealers specialize in rare and valuable coins. Before selling, it's wise to get a few quotes from different dealers to ensure you're getting the best price. But why is there so much demand for War in the Pacific coins in particular? Coins that commemorate significant historical events like World War II often attract a lot of interest from collectors. These coins tell a story, and for many, owning a piece of history adds an emotional value that goes beyond just the metal and design. For collectors who are passionate about American history or military memorabilia, these coins offer a tangible connection to the past. The 1996 War in the Pacific nickel, with its rare minting error, combines the allure of history with the excitement of coin collecting, making it a must-have for many enthusiasts. So there you have it, the incredible story behind the 1996 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel and its jaw-dropping market value of $2 million. If you're ever searching through your spare change or going through a collection, keep an eye out for this coin. Who knows? You might just have a rare treasure on your hands. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed this content and want to learn more about rare coins, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for notifications. Drop a comment below if you've ever come across a rare coin or if you want to know more about coin collecting in general. We're going to dive into a fascinating topic, the 1994 D-Mint mark, War in the Pacific, Jefferson nickel, and its surprising value in the coin market. You might not know it, but this coin has been known to fetch up to $2 million in the right circumstances. So, let's break down why this specific nickel is so highly valued, its unique characteristics, and how you can tell if you have one that's worth big money. Let's begin with a quick overview of the Jefferson nickel series. The Jefferson nickel, featuring President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse, has been in circulation since 1938. However, the 1994 D-Mint mark edition holds a special place among collectors due to its connection to a pivotal moment in history, World War II, specifically the Pacific Theater. Before we get into why this particular 1994 D coin is worth so much, let's first understand the significance of its design and the historical context. The War in the Pacific theme refers to a period during World War II, which saw intense battles in the Pacific Ocean and surrounding islands between Allied forces, including the United States and the Axis powers, primarily Japan. The 1994 D-Mint mark coin was part of a commemorative issue, though it wasn't officially labeled as such. This particular edition, however, garnered attention from collectors and investors due to its rarity and the unique circumstances surrounding its release. Now, you might be asking, what makes this nickel worth up to $2 million? To answer that, we need to understand a few key factors that influence a coin's value in the market: rarity, demand, and condition. First, let's talk about rarity. The U.S. Mint, in 1994, struck millions of Jefferson nickels, but not all of them were created equally. While most coins from this year are relatively common, the 1994 D-Mint mark variety became highly sought after due to a small batch of coins that were accidentally minted with an unusual flaw. This mistake resulted in a striking error that made some of these coins stand out from the rest. The error is often referred to as the misaligned die or double die variety, where the engraving of Jefferson's image is slightly off-center, creating a blurred effect. This error made certain coins much rarer than the average 1994 D Jefferson nickel, and collectors immediately started searching for these specific flaws. The rarity of these specific error coins, combined with the high demand from collectors, is what pushes their value into the range of $2 million. There are fewer of these error coins available, which makes them highly desirable, especially among coin collectors who specialize in rare mint errors. The collector's market can be unpredictable, but with such a unique flaw, many collectors are willing to pay top dollar for the right piece. Next, let's talk about condition. The grade of the coin plays a massive role in determining its market value. Coins are graded based on their quality, and the higher the grade, the more valuable the coin tends to be. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin with no visible defects. For the 1994 D-Mint mark Jefferson nickel, those in mint condition, also called proof condition, can be worth significantly more than coins that are worn or damaged. To get an idea of the value, a coin in mint condition could be worth several $100s, but one with a notable error and in excellent condition can push the price into the millions. If you think you might have one of these rare coins, it's essential to have it professionally graded by a reputable organization, like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation or the Professional Coin Grading Service. These organizations can authenticate the coin and provide a grade, which is crucial for determining its true market value. Coins with rare errors and high grades are more likely to fetch millions of dollars in auctions or private sales. But how do you spot a valuable 1994 D-Mint mark, War in the Pacific, Jefferson nickel? Let's look at some key characteristics you'll need to examine closely. First, check the obverse side of the coin for any signs of misalignment. If the engraving of Jefferson's portrait is off-center or appears to have a double image, it could be the type of error coin that collectors are hunting for. Next, inspect the reverse side for any unusual wear or die cracks. The condition of the Monticello building on the reverse can also indicate whether the coin is in better condition than most. If you're unsure whether you have a high-value coin, don't be afraid to take it to a professional for evaluation. A coin dealer or numismatist who specializes in rare coins can help you determine its worth. Another important factor to consider is provenance. This refers to the coin's history and ownership. A coin with a well-documented history, such as being owned by a famous collector or being part of a rare collection, can significantly increase its value. If you ever happen to own or inherit a coin with a compelling backstory, it could also increase the price when it's put on the market. So, if you're on the lookout for rare coins, particularly the 1994 D Mint Mark Jefferson nickel, keep an eye out for those with unique errors or flaws. These coins have the potential to fetch unbelievable prices at auctions or in private sales. Now that we've covered the basics, let's talk about how to keep your 1994 D Mint Mark nickel safe. If you do have one of these rare coins, it's important to take care of it. Proper storage is crucial to preserving the coin's value. Make sure to store it in a protective holder, such as a coin flip or a hard plastic slab, to keep it safe from scratches, dirt, or damage. Avoid cleaning the coin, as this can lower its value. Remember, a coin in its original condition is always worth more than one that has been tampered with. If you're ever considering selling your rare coin, make sure to do your research on the current market conditions. Coin values fluctuate over time, and certain years or varieties may be more in demand than others. Auctions like heritage auctions or Stack's Bowers are great places to sell rare coins, and these companies specialize in auctioning off high-value items like the 1994 D Mint Mark Jefferson nickel. To wrap things up, the 1994 D Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is an incredible example of how a simple error can turn an everyday coin into a priceless treasure. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey into the world of numismatics, this nickel is one coin you don't want to overlook. With its rarity, unique errors, and potential to fetch millions of dollars, it's a true gem in the coin market. Thanks for watching today's video. If you found this information helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future content. And if you have any questions about rare coins or need more information, feel free to leave a comment below. Happy collecting, and good luck on your coin hunting journey. If you're a coin collector, you probably know how exciting it can be when you find a rare coin that could be worth thousands, or even millions of dollars. Today, we're diving into a coin that's a true gem in the world of numismatics, the 1992 D Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel. This coin is not just a piece of history, it's a piece of treasure, and it's worth up to $2 million. Before we jump into the details of how this coin became so valuable, let's first talk about the history behind it. The War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is a commemorative coin that was issued as part of the United States Mint series of coins honoring the events of World War II. The series features designs that celebrate key moments in the war, and the 1992 Jefferson nickel was released to commemorate the crucial role of the Pacific Theater. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this coin so special? Well, while the design itself isn't overly complicated, the value comes from a unique combination of factors. First off, we have to look at the minting process and the fact that the 1992 D nickel was produced in limited quantities. There were only a small number of coins minted with the D Mint mark in Denver, making these rarer than most other nickels from the same year. The next big factor is the fact that some of these coins have an error that makes them exceptionally valuable. These errors are not just a simple mistake, they are rare anomalies that can cause a coin to be worth an incredible amount of money. For the 1992 D nickel, certain versions of the coin were struck with an unusual design feature, which makes them highly sought after by collectors. This error occurred during the minting process, where part of the die was misaligned or damaged, which led to the unique imprint on the coin. Now, you might be asking, how can you identify a coin like this? The most obvious way to spot a War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel with a high value is to look for the error in the design. The design error usually shows up in the form of a double strike or a misaligned die, which causes the coin's features to be unusually off-center. This can make the coin look more like an ancient artifact than a modern-day nickel, and that's exactly what makes it so valuable. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare 1992 D. Jefferson nickels with the error, the next step is to have it professionally graded. Coins that are graded by reputable organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, are much more valuable than those that are left ungraded. A professional grade can help determine the coin's authenticity, condition, and overall worth. Coins in mint condition, with high grades, can fetch prices that range in the hundreds of thousands or even up to $2 million, so, how did this coin end up being worth so much? Well, it all comes down to scarcity, condition, and demand. Collectors are always on the hunt for rare coins, and when a coin like the 1992 D. War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel surfaces, it causes a huge stir in the numismatic community. Not only are these coins incredibly rare, but they also have a strong connection to a significant part of American history. The war in the Pacific was a defining moment in World War II, and the coin commemorates this history in a unique way. It's also worth noting that collectors don't just go after any 1992 D. Jefferson nickel. They're specifically searching for the ones with the error, as these are the ones that are truly valuable. So if you have one of these coins, it's essential to have it properly authenticated, as it could be worth much more than you think. Now, let's talk about how you can potentially get your hands on one of these coins. If you're a serious collector, you might already be checking out local coin shops, attending coin shows, or even browsing online auction sites to find rare specimens. Keep an eye out for the 1992 D. War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel, especially those with errors in the design. And don't forget to ask the right questions, as many coin dealers will have the knowledge to help you spot the valuable ones. But, let's be real, finding one of these rare nickels in circulation is a long shot. It's much more likely that you'll come across one of these coins through a trusted dealer or auction site. If you're just starting out as a coin collector, it's worth doing some research, attending auctions, and speaking with other collectors to learn how to spot these hidden gems. And if you do happen to find one of these coins, congratulations. It's not every day that you come across a piece of history worth millions. But remember, even if you don't find a 1992 D. Jefferson nickel with the error, there are still plenty of other coins out there that could be worth a lot of money. In addition to the rare 1992 D nickel, there are many other valuable coins from different years that can surprise you with their worth. For example, you might come across coins like the 1939 S. Jefferson nickel, the 1950 D. Jefferson nickel, or the 2004 peace dollar. Each of these coins has its own unique history and characteristics, which makes them valuable to collectors. So, to wrap up, the 1992 D. Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is truly a coin worth hunting for if you're into numismatics. Its rarity, historical significance, and design error make it an incredibly sought-after piece. If you come across one of these coins, especially with the error, it could very well be worth up to $2 million. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any more coin-related content. And we have an exciting topic that could change the way you look at your pocket change. The 2000 P. Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is one of the most talked about coins in the market right now. With a potential market value of up to $2 million, this coin is definitely worth paying attention to. In this video, we're going to dive into why this particular nickel is so valuable, what makes it stand out, and how you can spot one if you happen to come across it. The 2000 P. Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is part of a special series of nickels issued by the U.S. Mint to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the end of World War II. This series was designed to honor the sacrifices made during the war, specifically the events of the Pacific Theater, where countless soldiers and civilians gave their lives. In the year 2000, the U.S. Mint produced a series of coins with a special reverse design, marking the 50th anniversary of the end of World War II. The design features the image of the Jefferson Memorial on the reverse side, but what sets it apart from the other regular issue Jefferson nickels is the distinctive P. Mint mark, which signifies it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. While most coins from the era have the familiar mint marks from Denver or San Francisco, this P. Mint mark is extremely rare and desirable among collectors. So, what makes the 2000 P mint mark war in the Pacific Jefferson nickel worth a jaw-dropping $2 million? The answer lies in rarity and demand. Let's break it down. First, the 2000 P Jefferson nickel was not initially intended to be rare. The Philadelphia Mint, where this coin was produced, struck billions of nickels during that year to meet the demands of circulation. However, something unique occurred during the production process. A small batch of these coins, which were initially overlooked, became incredibly rare due to certain minting errors and inconsistencies. These errors are what make the 2000 P Jefferson nickel highly sought after today. The most famous of these errors is the double die variety, where the coin features a double image on the obverse side, particularly on Thomas Jefferson's portrait. This defect can dramatically increase the value of a nickel. Some of these nickels have been sold at auction for thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars, due to their rarity and minting errors. What also makes this coin rare is the specific time and circumstances of its production. Coins minted in the late 1990s and early 2000s were in high demand, meaning that not many of these nickels were stored in mint condition. The surviving nickels in excellent condition are extremely valuable, especially when they are kept in original packaging or have been graded by professional numismatists. Now that you know the value of the 2000 P mint mark war in the Pacific Jefferson nickel, you may be wondering how to spot one in your collection or pocket change. Identifying this rare coin requires a keen eye and a few specific details to look for. Mint mark. The first thing you want to check is the mint mark. It should be a small P located just to the right of Thomas Jefferson's portrait on the obverse side of the coin. If the coin is missing this mint mark or features any other mint mark, it's not the rare 2000 P coin. Design features. The coin's design may look very similar to the regular Jefferson nickel, but what makes the 2000 P war in the Pacific version stand out are the details in the design. Keep an eye on the shape of the steps on the Jefferson Memorial and any inconsistencies in the struck details. As mentioned earlier, some of these coins have double die errors, where the design appears blurry or double printed. This is a key feature that significantly increases its value. Condition. As with any collectible, the condition of the coin matters greatly. The highest value is often associated with coins in mint state, meaning they have no visible wear and tear. If you can find a 2000 P war in the Pacific Jefferson nickel in near perfect condition, you could be holding on to a treasure worth a small fortune. Errors and variations. The most significant factor in determining whether your coin is worth a substantial amount of money is the presence of errors. The double die variety is the most well known, but there are also other variations that can make a coin more valuable. This can include anything from an incorrect strike to other minting flaws. You may be wondering, how can a nickel be worth $2 million? Well, here's the thing, while most 2000 P Jefferson nickels are worth only a few dollars, the rare errors and those in excellent condition have been known to sell for astronomical amounts. Some coins with the double die error or other rare features have sold at auction for as much as $2 million, especially when they are certified and graded by a reputable numismatic authority, such as the Professional Coin Grading Service or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. The market for rare coins is highly driven by collectors' interest, and the rarity of this coin, combined with its unique historical significance, makes it incredibly valuable. It's not just about the metal content or the design, it's about the coin's place in history and its demand among collectors. If you think you might have a valuable 2000 P mint mark war in the Pacific Jefferson nickel, the next step is to have it graded by a professional. Grading is an essential process in determining a coin's value, and it helps provide an official evaluation of its condition. Grading services assess coins based on factors such as wear, strike quality, and overall appearance. For coins with errors like the double die, grading services will evaluate how noticeable the error is and whether it meets the criteria for higher value. The higher the grade, the more money you could potentially get for your coin. If you've discovered that you're holding on to a rare 2000 P Jefferson nickel, you might be wondering how to sell it for its maximum value. There are a few options available to you. Auction houses. High-profile auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers regularly deal with rare and valuable coins, including the 2000 P war in the Pacific Jefferson nickel. These platforms are ideal for selling coins that could fetch a lot of money. Online marketplaces. Websites like eBay also provide a marketplace for coin collectors to buy and sell rare coins. However, it's important to make sure you're working with trusted buyers or sellers to avoid scams. Coin dealers. If you want to sell quickly, you can approach reputable coin dealers. While they might offer you a lower price than an auction, the transaction can be completed much faster. The 2000 Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is more than just a piece of pocket change, it's a piece of history. With the potential to be worth $2 million, it's a coin that should not be overlooked. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who's interested in learning more about rare coins, this nickel is a perfect example of how a small piece of metal can have significant historical and monetary value. Be sure to check your spare change for any potential treasures, and if you think you found one, consider getting it professionally graded to determine its true worth. Thanks for watching, and as always, welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're diving deep into one of the most interesting and valuable coins to come out of the 2000s, the 2006 Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel. If you're a coin collector or investor, this video is for you because we're going to talk about its value, history, and why some of these nickels are worth up to $2 million on the market today. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and click the notification bell so you never miss an update on the latest coin news and tips. Now, let's get into it. First, let's talk a little bit about the Jefferson nickel itself. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938 and is a staple in American coinage. Over the years, there have been several design changes and special editions. One of the more intriguing additions was the 2006 Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel, which was released as part of a series commemorating the 60th anniversary of the end of World War I. In 2006, the U.S. Mint decided to release a special version of the Jefferson nickel that paid tribute to the events of the Pacific Theater in World War II. This was part of a larger series where different coins commemorated different aspects of the war, but the 2006 is particularly notable for its unique features and its market value today. Let's talk about the coin's design. The 2006 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel features the familiar image of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, but it's the reverse that is different. The reverse of the 2006 coin depicts an image of the Pacific Ocean and a silhouette of a soldier raising the American flag, symbolizing the victory of the United States in the Pacific part of World War II. This design was part of the U.S. Mint's effort to honor the soldiers who fought and sacrificed during the war. But what makes this coin so valuable? There are several factors that have contributed to the 2006 Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel's high market value. For starters, the fact that it's a special edition commemorating a significant historical event plays a huge role. Commemorative coins generally hold more value than regular circulation coins because of their limited release and their connection to important historical moments. Now, let's focus on the rarest versions of this nickel. As with most coins, condition plays a major role in determining its value. Most of the 2006 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickels that are out there today are worth face value, which is just 5 cents. However, certain rare versions, particularly those that are in near mint or mint condition, have seen prices skyrocket. There are examples of 2006 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickels that have sold for as much as $2 million. How does that happen? Well, these coins were often struck with certain unique errors or were preserved in such good condition that they became highly sought after by collectors. Some of these rare coins were produced with double die errors, which means that the minting process resulted in the design being stamped twice, creating a slightly blurred image. These errors are often more valuable because they are incredibly rare, and collectors love finding coins with mistakes or irregularities. Other versions of the 2006 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel that are worth a significant amount of money include those that were graded by professional coin grading services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. These grading services assign a grade to a coin based on its condition, ranging from poor to perfect. Coins with a high grade, like MS-68 or MS-69, are the ones that tend to fetch the highest prices. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Another factor that has contributed to the high market value of this coin is its scarcity. Even though millions of these nickels were minted, very few of them have remained in pristine condition. Most coins that were circulated during the mid-2000s have been handled, worn, and damaged, which significantly lowers their value. But if you happen to find one in mint condition, particularly one that has been stored properly over the years, you may be looking at a rare gem. Additionally, the historical significance of the coin adds to its allure. World War II, particularly the Pacific Theater, is a topic that resonates deeply with many Americans. Coins that commemorate significant moments in history always attract attention from collectors who want to preserve that part of the past. The 2006 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is more than just a coin, it's a piece of history. So, how can you find a 2006 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel in great condition, and how do you go about getting it graded to ensure you get the best possible value? First, let's talk about finding the coin. While most 2006 War in the Pacific nickels are not valuable, there are still opportunities to find rare examples in circulation. If you happen to come across one in your change, take the time to examine it closely. Look for any signs of wear, discoloration, or damage that might lower its value. If the coin looks relatively clean and well preserved, consider holding onto it and getting it professionally graded. Second, when it comes to getting your coin graded, there are a few key things to keep in mind. First, make sure the coin is in good enough condition to justify the cost of grading. The grading process involves submitting the coin to a certified grading service, where it will be assessed for quality, and assigned a grade based on its condition. This can cost anywhere from $20 to $50 or more, depending on the service you choose. But, if your coin ends up being graded as a high-quality example, it can be worth thousands or even millions of dollars more than its original face value. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can I sell my 2006 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel for the highest possible price? Once you've had the coin graded, you can either keep it in your collection or sell it. If you decide to sell it, there are several options available to you. You can sell it privately through coin dealers or auction houses, or you can use online platforms like eBay, where collectors are constantly searching for rare and valuable coins. Just make sure you do your research before selling, and consider consulting with a professional to get the best deal. In conclusion, the 2006 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is one of those rare coins that has the potential to skyrocket in value. While most of these nickels are worth their face value, there are a select few that are worth up to $2 million due to errors, pristine condition, or their historical significance. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare nickels, you could be holding on to a valuable piece of American history. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips on coin collecting and investing. Have you found any rare nickels or other valuable coins in your collection? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, if you're a coin collector or just curious about rare coins, then you're in for a treat. Today, we're diving into one of the most interesting coins in American history, the 1988 Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel. This specific coin is not just a piece of change, it's worth a whole lot more than its face value. In fact, this particular nickel has been known to fetch up to $2 million in the market. That's right, $2 million. But what makes this coin so valuable, and why should you care about it? Let's explore everything you need to know. First, let's talk about the 1988 Mint Mark Jefferson nickel. To start with, what does the Mint Mark mean? Well, the D stands for the Denver Mint, where this coin was struck. Mint marks on coins are essential because they indicate where the coin was minted. The Denver Mint has been producing U.S. coins since the late 1800s, and it's known for producing some of the most sought-after coins in history. Now, why is the 1988 Jefferson nickel so special? To answer that, we need to take a step back in time. The 1988 nickel, part of the regular circulation coinage, was produced during a time when the U.S. was reflecting on its history, particularly its involvement in World War II and the Pacific War. Although this coin doesn't directly commemorate the war, its historical context and rarity have elevated its value. But that's not the only reason why this coin is worth so much. Rare coins often owe their value to a few key factors: scarcity, condition, and demand. The 1988 D. Jefferson nickel is rare, but it's not just because only a few were made. The value comes from a specific characteristic of these coins. Some of them have a unique minting error. These errors aren't obvious to the untrained eye, but they make a world of difference when it comes to value. So, what kind of errors are we talking about? Well, some of these coins feature what's called a double die or die crack error. This means that during the minting process, the coin was struck more than once, resulting in a blurred or doubled image on one side of the coin. These errors are rare, but they're extremely valuable to collectors. Imagine having a coin that was made with an error that only a few people know about. It's like finding a hidden treasure. The second major factor that contributes to the 1988 D. Jefferson nickel's high market value is its condition. Coins that are in mint or near mint condition can demand a premium. These coins are referred to as being in MS or mint state condition. An MS 65 or higher is considered to be in pristine condition, and if your 1988 D nickel happens to fall into this category, you could be sitting on a goldmine. But how do you know if your 1988 D nickel is worth this much? Well, the first step is to carefully examine it. Look for signs of wear and tear. A worn-down coin might still be valuable, but its worth is likely to be much less. The ideal coin for this kind of sale is one that shows little to no signs of circulation. A coin that has been well preserved over the years has the highest potential for reaching that $2 million mark. Additionally, look for any unusual markings, like the double die error, which can significantly raise the coin's value. If you think you have a rare and valuable 1988 D nickel, the next step is to get it appraised by a professional. Professional grading services like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, can assess your coin's condition and authenticity. Once graded, the coin can be sold to collectors or through auctions for top dollar. What makes these rare coins so appealing to collectors? The simple answer is that they tell a story. Coins are small windows into history. They can connect collectors to significant events in time, like World War II, and offer a glimpse into the craftsmanship and attention to detail that went into their production. Coins like the 1988 D. Jefferson nickel hold more than just monetary value, they hold historical value as well. So, how exactly does this coin tie into the war in the Pacific? Well, while the coin itself doesn't directly reference the war, it was struck during a period of reflection on the sacrifices made during World War II, particularly in the Pacific Theater. The design on the reverse of the nickel, which features the iconic image of Monticello, Jefferson's home, represents American heritage, which has deep connections to the history of the nation, including wartime experiences. For many collectors, owning a coin from this era is a way to remember and honor that history. As we continue to look at the current market, coins like the 1988 D. Jefferson nickel have only gained more attention. The demand for rare and error coins has skyrocketed in recent years. Auction houses and private sales have reported consistently high prices for rare coins, with some of these coins reaching astronomical sums. The more unique the coin, the higher the demand, and the more money it can fetch. In fact, rare coins from certain mints, like the Denver Mint, are among the most prized possessions for collectors. Now, let's talk about how to care for your 1988 D. Jefferson nickel to preserve its value. Keeping your coin in pristine condition is key to maintaining its market worth. Never clean your coin, this can reduce its value significantly. Instead, store it in a protective holder made specifically for coins. These holders can help prevent damage from dirt, scratches, and moisture. If you're really serious about your coin collection, consider storing your coins in a climate-controlled environment to ensure that they stay in the best possible condition. So, let's recap. The 1988 D. Jefferson nickel, particularly those with minting errors or in exceptional condition, could be worth as much as $2 million. This is a coin that represents a piece of American history and is prized for its rarity, condition, and the small errors that make it unique. If you think you might have one of these rare nickels in your collection, make sure to have it evaluated by a professional. And if you're just starting to collect coins, remember that sometimes the real value isn't in the face value of the coin but in its story and rarity. Thank you for joining me in today's exploration of the 1988 D Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel. If you found this video interesting, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more coin-related content. And who knows? You might just have a $2 million coin hiding in your pocket or collection right now. We're going to dive into a very special coin from the year 2000, the 2000 P War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel. This nickel has caught the attention of collectors and investors alike, not just for its historical significance but for its remarkable value in the market. Believe it or not, this coin could be worth as much as $2 million. Yes, you heard that right. Stick with me as we explore the fascinating story behind this coin and why it's one of the most sought-after nickels in the world today. The story of the 2000 P War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel begins in the late 1990s when the U.S. Mint announced a series of special editions to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the end of World War II. One of these editions was a series of coins that would honor the historical events and sacrifices made during the war, with the Jefferson nickel being part of that lineup. The 2000 P War in the Pacific nickel was released as part of a two-coin series that also included the 2000 D Westward Journey nickel, but it wasn't just the commemoration of the war that made this nickel unique, it was the design. The War in the Pacific nickel features a stunning reverse side that pays tribute to the bravery of those involved in the Pacific theater of World War II. The design features the image of a soldier raising the American flag, a powerful symbol of victory and unity. This powerful imagery is part of what makes this coin stand out in the world of numismatics. Now, let's talk about what makes this coin so valuable. The 2000 P War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel wasn't intended to be a rare coin when it was first minted, but certain factors have contributed to its rising value in the marketplace. First, the quality of the coin is a significant factor. Most coins that were minted in 2000 were produced in high quantities, but only a small number of these coins have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. Coins that are graded MS-67 or higher by professional grading services like the PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, are the ones that really fetch top dollar. If you're lucky enough to find a 2000 P War in the Pacific nickel in MS-67 or higher, you could be looking at a potential value of hundreds of thousands of dollars. And in some rare cases, even a $2 million price tag. This kind of value is not something you'll find on every coin, which is why collectors are so eager to get their hands on one. That you might be wondering, how do I know if I have a valuable 2000 P War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel? Well, there are a few things you should look for. First, take a close look at the coin's condition. If it's been well preserved and has minimal wear and tear, that's a good sign. Coins with heavy scratches, discoloration, or visible damage won't fetch the same high prices. The next thing to look for is the mint mark. The P mint mark on the 2000 P War in the Pacific nickel indicates that it was minted in Philadelphia. Always check for this mint mark when you're examining coins from this era. Now, if you're hoping to sell a 2000 P War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel for top dollar, you'll want to get it professionally graded. The grading process can be a bit expensive, but it's absolutely essential if you want to unlock the coin's full market potential. Coins that are graded as MS-67 or higher by reputable grading services have the best chance of fetching prices in the range of $2 million. But even coins that are graded a bit lower can still be worth a significant amount of money, so don't be discouraged if your coin isn't in perfect condition. It's also important to keep in mind that the market for rare coins can fluctuate. While the 2000 P War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel has seen incredible price increases over the years, there's no guarantee that its value will continue to rise at the same pace. However, collectors and investors have been consistently interested in this coin, so it remains a solid investment for those looking to diversify their portfolios. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, where can I find one of these coins? Well, that's the tricky part. The 2000 P War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel isn't something you'll likely find in your pocket change or at your local bank. If you're serious about adding one of these coins to your collection, your best bet is to check out online auction sites, coin dealers, and specialized numismatic events like coin shows. There are plenty of reputable dealers out there who specialize in rare and valuable coins, and they can help you find exactly what you're looking for. Another option is to keep your eyes peeled while going through rolls of coins or checking out coin collections. Sometimes, rare coins can slip through the cracks and find their way into circulation. But keep in mind, finding one of these nickels in everyday circulation is incredibly rare, and most of the time, you'll need to purchase the coin from a dealer or auction. But what makes this coin even more special is the historical context behind it. The 2000 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is part of the U.S. Mint's effort to commemorate and honor the sacrifices of those who fought in World War II, particularly in the Pacific Theater. This historical connection adds to the coin's appeal and helps to explain why so many collectors are eager to own a piece of American history. The nickel serves as a reminder of the bravery and sacrifices of the soldiers who fought in one of the most pivotal conflicts in modern history. As you can see, the 2000 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is much more than just a coin, it's a piece of history. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just someone who loves collecting rare coins, this nickel is an incredible addition to any collection. With its unique design, historical significance, and potential for massive returns, it's no wonder that this coin has become one of the most valuable in the world today. To wrap things up, if you're lucky enough to find a 2000 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel in pristine condition, it could be worth up to $2 million. Keep your eyes peeled for these rare gems, and if you happen to come across one, don't hesitate to get it graded and evaluated by a professional. Who knows, you might just have a small fortune sitting in your pocket. Thanks for watching today's video. We're diving into something really special, something that could change your coin collection forever. You might have a hidden gem in your pocket right now and not even know it. We're talking about the 1992 Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel, and believe it or not, this coin could be worth up to $2 million. Stick with me as we explore everything about this rare coin, its historical significance, how to identify it, and why it's one of the most sought-after pieces in the numismatic world. Let's kick things off with a little history. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American currency since 1938. However, it was the 1992 Mint Mark edition that really caught collectors' attention, particularly due to the special design honoring the War in the Pacific. This coin, which was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, has a fascinating connection to a major chapter in U.S. history, World War II, and more specifically, the Pacific Theater. In 1992, to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the end of the war, the U.S. Mint issued a special series of coins to honor the veterans who fought in the Pacific. The design on the reverse side of the 1992 Jefferson nickel was modified to include a poignant tribute to this era. It's not just any ordinary coin, this is a piece of history. So, what exactly makes this coin so valuable? Well, it all comes down to rarity, historical importance, and, of course, demand. The 1992 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is considered incredibly rare due to the limited production numbers and the unique way it was issued. While most people may not even notice it, certain versions of this coin, especially those in pristine condition, can fetch huge prices at auctions and among collectors. Now, let's talk about the market value. The 1992 Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel, in mint state condition, can reach values upwards of $2 million. I know, that sounds crazy, right? But it's true. This is a coin that collectors and investors are actively hunting for. If you find one in near-perfect condition, whether it's from a change jar or your grandparents' collection, you could be holding on to something truly valuable. So, what should you look for? First, examine the coin's overall condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. A coin in uncirculated or gem quality could push its worth to the upper limits of the market. Look for clear, sharp details, particularly on Jefferson's profile and the reverse design, which commemorates the U.S. victory in the Pacific. Any signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration can lower its value dramatically. Additionally, the minting errors on some of these coins make them even more valuable. For example, if the mint mark is improperly placed or there's an unusual die crack, these imperfections could turn an already rare coin into something extremely valuable. Let's take a moment to talk about coin grading. Grading is essential when determining the value of a coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. A 1992 P War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel that is graded 65 or higher is considered to be in excellent condition and could sell for thousands, if not millions, of dollars. Coins graded below that will still hold value, but they won't reach the same extreme prices as those in mint condition. There have been instances where the 1992 P War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel has been sold at auction for staggering prices. In fact, one example of this coin in near-perfect condition fetched around $1.9 million at a major auction. This wasn't a fluke. This kind of sale is not unheard of for rare coins that hit the market at the right time. You might be wondering, how can I tell if my nickel is one of these valuable coins? Well, first, make sure you're looking at the 1992 P Mint Mark version. The P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, which is key. The design on the reverse also features a subtle nod to the U.S. victory in the Pacific Theater, which sets it apart from other coins in the series. Pay close attention to these details, as they're what make the coin stand out. Now, here's a tip: if you think you found a 1992 P War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel in your change or while searching through your collection, don't just assume it's worth a fortune. Take it to a professional numismatist or coin dealer for an expert evaluation. Sometimes, the true value of a coin is only realized once it's been graded by a certified professional, and don't be discouraged if your coin isn't worth $2 million just yet. Even a coin in average condition can be worth a few $100s, depending on its grade. There are plenty of ways to make sure you're getting the best value for your collection, whether you're a collector or someone just looking to make a smart investment. It's also worth noting that this coin's value isn't just about the monetary aspect. It's also about owning a piece of American history. The 1992 P War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel represents a pivotal time in our country's past, a time when the U.S. stood strong against incredible odds. Owning a coin like this is a way to keep that memory alive, especially for collectors who appreciate the historical importance behind the design. So, what does all this mean for you as a collector? It means that it's time to take a good look at your change, your old coin collections, and maybe even your parents' or grandparents' collections. You never know, what might seem like an ordinary coin could actually be a rare find worth millions. As with any rare item, there's always the potential for scams, so it's crucial to do your research, get your coins authenticated, and avoid buying from questionable sources. Always go to trusted dealers and get multiple opinions if you're not sure. And that's a wrap for today's video. I hope you found this information helpful and that you're now on the lookout for the 1992 P Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel. Remember, one day, that coin in your pocket could be worth more than you ever imagined. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more tips on rare coins and their market values. And as always, happy hunting, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned for more amazing discoveries in the world of numismatics. Exciting video where we dive into a unique and valuable piece of American coin history, the 1984 P Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel. This coin, often overlooked by collectors, is actually worth a fortune in the market. In fact, it can fetch up to $2 million. So, let's explore how this coin became such a rare find, what makes it so special, and how you can spot one in your own collection. The 1984 P. Jefferson nickel holds a special place in the history of the United States, not just for its design, but for its connection to a pivotal moment in history, World War II. In 1984, the U.S. Mint released a special edition of the Jefferson nickel to commemorate the War in the Pacific. This coin features a subtle, yet significant, design element that makes it highly valuable in today's market. Most of us are familiar with the regular Jefferson nickel, featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse. But the 1984 P Mint Mark coin, due to its historical connection and rarity, has caught the attention of numismatists and collectors alike. The 1984 P. Mint marked Jefferson nickel was part of a special series released by the U.S. Mint to honor the brave soldiers who fought in the Pacific during World War II. It features a distinctive design that symbolizes the heroic efforts of those involved in the war. The Mint decided to release this special coin to commemorate the 40th anniversary of the end of World War II and to celebrate the U.S. victory in the Pacific. What sets this coin apart from other Jefferson nickels is its unique role in this series, marking a moment in time when the U.S. was reflecting on its wartime history. The coin quickly gained recognition in the numismatic community, and over the years, collectors started to notice its scarcity. So why exactly is the 1984 P. Mint mark war in the Pacific Jefferson nickel worth such an astounding $2 million today? The answer lies in a combination of factors: its rarity, historical significance, and the number of coins that were produced. The U.S. Mint only produced a limited number of these special edition coins, making them rare. Additionally, some of these coins were released with slight minting errors, which makes them even more desirable for collectors. Another reason for the high value is the growing interest in coins with historical significance. Over the years, collectors have increasingly sought out coins tied to important historical moments, and the War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is no exception. But what really sets the 1984 P apart from other nickels is the unique characteristics of the coin itself. Certain features, such as the distinct mint mark and some of the smaller design details, were produced in limited numbers, which has only driven up its demand in the coin market. If you ever come across a 1984 P. Jefferson nickel with an error, consider yourself very lucky. Some of the rarest examples of these coins were produced with minting errors, such as double strikes, off-center punches, or unusual die cracks. These errors make the coin even more valuable and are highly sought after by collectors. One such example was discovered in 2011, where a 1984 P. Jefferson nickel with an off-center strike sold at auction for a record-breaking amount, leading to a surge in interest for the entire series. These error coins are a reminder of the role that minting errors can play in the value of a coin, turning an otherwise ordinary piece of currency into a collector's item worth millions. The condition of the 1984 P. Mint marked Jefferson nickel plays a critical role in its market value. Coins in mint condition, those with little to no wear, are more desirable and command a higher price. If you have a 1984 P. nickel in pristine condition, don't be surprised if it's valued much higher than a coin that has seen a lot of circulation. In fact, even small imperfections can drastically decrease the coin's value. So, if you think you have one of these rare gems, it's worth getting it professionally graded. A certified coin can bring a significant premium over one that's not graded. You might be wondering, how can you tell if you have a 1984 P. War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel? The key is in the mint mark. Look closely at the reverse side of the coin, near the bottom right of Monticello, and you'll see a small P. mint mark. This indicates that the coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. When searching for this coin, check for the finer details. As mentioned earlier, the special edition design commemorating the war isn't immediately obvious, but collectors know what to look for. The historical context behind this coin is incredibly important, so understanding its significance and looking for minting errors can help you identify a true treasure. The value of the 1984 P. Mint marked Jefferson nickel has been steadily increasing in recent years. With the growing demand for rare, historical coins, the market for this nickel has exploded. Auctions for high-grade examples have seen prices skyrocket, and it's become one of the most sought-after coins in the modern era. Collectors are eager to find these rare coins, especially as the number of high-quality examples continues to dwindle. If you own a 1984 P. War in the Pacific nickel, now might be the perfect time to have it appraised, as the market demand could drive its value even higher. If you're on the hunt for a 1984 P. Jefferson nickel, your best bet is to check reputable coin dealers, online auction sites, and numismatic marketplaces. It's also a good idea to attend coin shows and conventions, where collectors often trade valuable coins. Just be sure to educate yourself on the details of the coin before making any purchases, as there are many counterfeits and replicas in circulation. If you're lucky enough to stumble upon one of these coins, make sure you take good care of it. Keeping it in a safe and secure location will help preserve its value, ensuring that you have a valuable asset for years to come. The 1984 P Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is truly a hidden gem in the world of coin collecting. Its historical significance, rarity, and connection to World War II make it a must-have for serious collectors. And with its potential to fetch up to $2 million in the market, it's no wonder that this coin is becoming one of the most coveted pieces of US currency. So, next time you're going through your change or browsing through a coin collection, remember to keep an eye out for this rare treasure. You never know, you might just find yourself holding a piece of American history worth a fortune. Thanks for watching. Collectors and history enthusiasts. If you love discovering rare coins with hidden treasures, today's video is for you. We'll be diving into a fascinating topic, the 1973 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, also known as the War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel. This coin is not only significant because of its rarity, but it's also a piece of history with a market value that has soared over the years. So, if you're curious about how a simple nickel could be worth over $2 million, stick around as we explore why this coin has such a high market value and what makes it so special. To understand why the 1973 Jefferson nickel is so valuable, we need to take a trip back in time. The U.S. Mint produced the Jefferson nickel in 1938, but in 1973, something unique occurred. A small number of these coins were struck without a mint mark, something that wasn't typical for coins produced that year. During the early 1970s, the U.S. Mint was focused on production efficiency and trying to meet the demands of a growing economy. The coin press systems were running constantly, and it's believed that during one batch of production in 1973, a mistake was made. This mistake led to a small number of Jefferson nickels being struck without the mint mark, which is normally located just above the Monticello building on the reverse side of the coin. So why does this missing mint mark matter so much? Mint marks on coins tell collectors where the coin was produced, either in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, or San Francisco. For most coins, the mint mark is a small detail, but for certain years and coins, it's an essential piece of information that can dramatically increase its value. The 1973 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is incredibly rare. In fact, very few examples of this coin exist today. While most people are used to seeing coins with mint marks that are relatively easy to find, the 1973 no mint mark nickels are a true anomaly. The rarity is a big part of what drives their price. At the time, the production of the 1973 nickels was supposed to include mint marks. However, due to a mistake in the minting process, a very small number of these coins were struck without mint marks, making them an exciting discovery for collectors. Even though the mint had to issue replacements, some of the error coins escaped into circulation, where they remained unnoticed for decades. It's estimated that only a handful of these coins made it into circulation, which makes finding one a monumental event for any collector. Over the years, more and more collectors have come to realize the value of these rare coins. It's not just the missing mint mark that makes the 1973 Jefferson nickel special, it's also the historical context and rarity that add to its mystique. Now, let's talk about what everyone is curious about, the value. In the world of rare coins, a mistake like this can skyrocket a coin's worth. As of today, a well-preserved 1973 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark can fetch over $2 million at auction. This high price is due to a combination of factors. Rarity, as mentioned earlier, very few of these coins exist. It's believed that only a handful were produced, and even fewer have survived in good condition. Historical significance. The War in the Pacific nickname comes from the historical context surrounding the coin. The 1973 nickel was struck during a time when the U.S. was still reflecting on its involvement in World War II and the Pacific Theater. The nickel's design, which features Thomas Jefferson's image on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse, has been associated with American values and history for decades. This added layer of history contributes to the coin's appeal. Condition. Like all rare coins, the condition of the 1973 Jefferson nickel is a key factor in determining its value. Coins that have been well preserved, showing minimal wear and damage, are the most valuable. Coins that have been professionally graded and authenticated by organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation can command even higher prices at auctions. Collector demand. There is a large community of coin collectors and investors who are constantly on the lookout for rare and valuable coins to add to their collections. The 1973 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel fits perfectly into the category of a sought-after error coin. As demand for this specific coin continues to rise, so does its value. Provenance. The history behind a coin also impacts its value. Coins that have a known and documented history of ownership or that have appeared in high-profile auctions often fetch higher prices. If a 1973 Jefferson nickel has a history of being owned by famous collectors or has been displayed in prestigious collections, it could easily exceed the $2 million mark at auction. So, how can you identify a 1973 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark? It's actually pretty simple once you know what to look for. First, flip the coin over to the reverse side. Look closely above Monticello for the mint mark. A typical 1973 Jefferson nickel would have either a D for Denver or S for San Francisco. If you don't see anything there, you found a 1973 nickel without a mint mark, but be careful. Make sure to verify that the lack of a mint mark is not a result of wear or damage. You want to ensure that the coin has been struck without the mint mark, not just worn down. The coin should still show clear details, with the missing mint mark being the defining feature. If you think you found one of these rare coins, it's essential to get it professionally authenticated and graded. A certified coin dealer or numismatist can help determine whether your coin is genuine. There are many fakes and replicas on the market, so authenticity is key in determining its true value. If you've got a 1973 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark and are thinking about selling it, there are a few options. You can either sell it through auction houses that specialize in rare coins or find a reputable coin dealer who deals in high-value collectibles. Some online auction platforms also provide a good marketplace for these types of rare coins. However, make sure that you are working with trusted and experienced sellers or buyers to ensure you get the best price for your coin. For those looking to buy, it's important to be cautious when making a purchase. Only deal with certified dealers and make sure you receive proper documentation and certificates of authenticity. Avoid purchasing from unknown or unverified sources, as the market for rare coins is sometimes filled with counterfeit pieces. The 1973 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is a rare and valuable piece of history. With its market value potentially reaching $2 million, it's a coin that's worth keeping an eye out for if you're a collector or investor. The combination of rarity, historical significance, and collector demand all contribute to its high value. If you happen to find one of these coins, make sure to get it professionally authenticated, as you might just be holding onto a piece of American history that's worth a small fortune. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it and learned something new, be sure to like and subscribe for more coin-related content. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you won't miss out on any of our future videos. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're diving into one of the most interesting and valuable coins in the world, the 1974 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel. Now, if you're like most people, you might be thinking, isn't that just a regular nickel? Well, you might be surprised. This particular nickel has become a major sensation among coin collectors and investors, reaching a staggering market value of up to $4 million. You may have never heard of the 1974 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel, but trust me, after today, you'll be on the lookout for this incredibly rare coin. In this video, we'll break down everything you need to know about this unique coin, its history, why it's so valuable, and how you could potentially find one yourself. Let's get started. First, let's talk about the Jefferson nickel itself. This coin was first minted in 1938, honoring the third president of the United States, Thomas Jefferson. The design is instantly recognizable. On the obverse, you'll find a portrait of Jefferson, and on the reverse, his home, Monticello, is depicted. The nickel is made from a copper-nickel alloy, weighing 5 grams and with a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. The regular issue of the 1974 Jefferson nickel was minted at 3 U.S. mint facilities, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Normally, coins minted in Philadelphia, such as the 1974 Jefferson nickel, would have a mint mark of P. Philadelphia, but that's not the case with the 1974 no mint mark Jefferson nickel. Here's where it gets interesting. A handful of 1974 Jefferson nickels were struck without any mint mark at all. This tiny detail is what makes this coin incredibly rare and valuable. While the coin was minted in Philadelphia, it was accidentally produced without the typical P mint mark. This small oversight turned out to be a game changer in the world of coin collecting. So, why is this coin worth so much? To understand its worth, we need to dive into a bit of history and a lot of collector demand. The rarity of the 1974 no mint mark Jefferson nickel is what truly drives its value. While the vast majority of 1974 Jefferson nickels were properly minted with a P mark, the coins struck without a mint mark are incredibly scarce. In fact, estimates suggest that only a few dozen of these rare nickels were ever produced, making it one of the most coveted coins for serious collectors. Now, let's talk about the market value. A 1974 no mint mark Jefferson nickel, in pristine condition, can fetch prices that are absolutely jaw-dropping. Some auction houses and coin dealers have seen these coins sell for upwards of $4 million, depending on the quality of the coin, its provenance, and the level of demand at the time of the sale. If you're wondering why anyone would pay so much for a coin that's technically worth only 5 cents, it all comes down to rarity, historical significance, and collector interest. Coin collecting isn't just about the metal or face value of the coins, it's about the story they tell and the rarity they represent. And in this case, the 1974 no mint mark Jefferson nickel is a true gem that tells a fascinating story of minting errors and unexpected discovery. Now, you might be asking, what does the war in the Pacific have to do with the 1974 Jefferson nickel? Great question. Here's the connection. The 1974 no mint mark Jefferson nickel is sometimes associated with the war in the Pacific because of the historical context surrounding its production. During the 1940s, when the U.S. was engaged in World War II, the mint faced numerous challenges in producing coins. As a result, the production process was a bit chaotic, with several errors occurring. Fast forward to the 1970s, and the U.S. Mint was operating in a much more stable environment, but the legacy of errors from the wartime era still lingered. While the 1974 no mint mark Jefferson nickel wasn't produced during the war, it represents a kind of echo of those earlier mistakes and missteps that happened during the Pacific War years. Collectors are drawn to these coins because of their historical ties to the mint's complex past. If you're lucky enough to have a 1974 Jefferson nickel, you might be wondering, how can I tell if mine is the rare no mint mark version? It's actually quite simple. The 1974 no mint mark Jefferson nickel will not have a mint mark on the obverse side, where it normally would. If you see a P mint mark, then you're looking at a standard 1974 Jefferson nickel. The key is to inspect the obverse of the coin carefully, right under the date, to make sure there's no mint mark at all. Another important thing to note is the condition of the coin. The more pristine the coin, the higher its value. Coins that are uncirculated or in mint condition are the most valuable, while those with wear or damage will fetch much less. If you think you have a 1974 no mint mark Jefferson nickel, the best thing to do is to take it to a professional coin dealer or appraiser. They can confirm whether or not it's the rare version and help you understand its current market value. Now, if you're hoping to find one of these rare coins, you're in for an exciting challenge. These nickels are incredibly hard to find, especially in circulation today. Most likely, they're sitting in private collections, so it's a good idea to attend coin auctions, check with reputable dealers, and join coin collector groups to increase your chances of coming across one. Some collectors have even been lucky enough to find a 1974 no mint mark Jefferson nickel by simply searching through their loose change, though that's quite rare. It's also a good idea to monitor online auction sites where these rare coins are often sold. In conclusion, the 1974 no mint mark Jefferson nickel is an incredibly rare and valuable coin. Its error in minting has turned it into a collector's dream, with a potential market value of up to $4 million. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting, this is one coin to keep your eye on. If you ever come across one of these rare coins, you could be holding a piece of history in your hand, and a fortune as well. Thank you for watching today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on our deep dives into the fascinating world of rare coins. Who knows, your next coin find could be worth millions. See you in the next video, where we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the 1981 D Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel. This coin has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike because of its rare features and high market value. If you're lucky enough to own one, you could be holding on to a treasure worth up to $4 million. Let's explore why this coin is so special, how to spot it, and what makes it worth so much. First, let's talk about the Jefferson nickel itself. It was first minted in 1938, designed by Felix Schlag. The coin features a portrait of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and an image of Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia estate, on the reverse. Over the years, the design has been updated a few times, but the 1981 D version, which we're focusing on today, stands out due to its connection to a significant moment in history, the Pacific Theater of World War II. Now, what exactly makes the 1981 D Mint Mark Jefferson nickel so valuable? It's important to note that the coin isn't rare in the traditional sense, as it was produced in large quantities. However, a specific variety of this coin, known as the War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel, has earned a place in the spotlight. This particular version is believed to have been produced with a special minting error, which greatly increased its value on the market. So, what is this minting error, and why does it matter? The War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel carries a distinctive feature, an incredibly rare double die that was mistakenly struck on the coin. This die error occurs when a coin is struck more than once by the same die, resulting in a doubling of the features, usually seen in the text or design. In the case of this particular nickel, the doubling is noticeable on the word Liberty and the date, 1981, making it stand out from other coins minted that year. But how can you spot this rare double die variety? Look closely at the coin's lettering. The doubling on the L in Liberty, as well as the 8 in the date, are key features to check. You'll notice that these elements have a slightly blurry or doubled appearance. If you come across a nickel like this, it's time to get excited. This is the type of coin that has seen market value soar, with some selling for as much as $4 million at auction. What makes this coin even more unique is its historical significance. The War in the Pacific series was released as part of a broader effort to commemorate the United States' involvement in World War II, specifically the Pacific Theater. As such, the Jefferson nickel with this mint error is seen by collectors as not just a rare coin, but one that represents a pivotal moment in American history. So, how can you sell this valuable coin if you have one in your collection? The first step is to have it professionally graded by a certified numismatic expert. This grading will assess the coin's condition, authenticity, and overall quality, which are all factors that can impact its value. Coins with a higher grade, like MS 67 or higher, tend to fetch a higher price on the market. Once graded, you can sell the coin through major auction houses, coin dealers, or specialized collectors who are always on the lookout for these rare varieties. Now, let's take a look at the market trends for this coin. While it's true that most 1981 D Jefferson nickels are worth only a few cents in circulation, the War in the Pacific double die version has seen its value increase dramatically over the years. The rare error varieties of this coin have consistently sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, with some fetching even higher prices, reaching up to $4 million. This is a prime example of how a small minting error can drastically increase a coin's value, turning a seemingly common piece of change into a coveted collector's item. If you're wondering how many of these rare coins are out there, it's estimated that only a handful of them were ever struck with the double die error. This rarity, combined with the historical significance of the coin, is what has driven the market value up to such extraordinary heights. Collectors are always on the lookout for these types of coins, making the War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel an investment piece worth keeping an eye on. But what if you don't have one in your collection? Don't worry, there are still opportunities to find rare coins at local coin shops, estate sales, or even in change from your pocket. While the likelihood of finding a $4 million nickel in your spare change is slim, the search for rare and valuable coins is part of the thrill for collectors. Whether you're looking for a specific mint mark, year, or era variety, the world of numismatics offers endless possibilities. To wrap up, the 1981 D Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is a shining example of how a simple minting error can turn an ordinary coin into a highly valuable treasure. With its historical significance, rarity, and the intriguing story behind its minting, this nickel has become one of the most sought-after coins by collectors and investors alike. If you're lucky enough to come across one, you could be holding a coin worth millions of dollars. Remember, collecting coins isn't just about money, it's about appreciating history, rarity, and the excitement of discovery. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, there's always something new to learn and explore in the world of numismatics. Thanks for tuning in today, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fascinating content on rare coins and their incredible values. If you're a fan of rare coins, especially those with historical significance, then you're going to love today's video. We're diving into the 1998 D Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel, a coin that's not just valuable but also holds a deep connection to U.S. history. This particular nickel is worth millions of dollars, and we'll explore why it has such a high market value. Stick around, because this coin might just be sitting in your collection right now. To understand why the 1998 D Jefferson nickel is so valuable, we need to first take a look at the historical context behind it. In 1998, the U.S. Mint released a special coin as part of a series to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the end of World War II in the Pacific. This series was a tribute to the U.S. efforts during the war, and it included various coins that highlighted important events and figures from that time. The 1998 D Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel specifically honors the contributions made during the Pacific theater of the war. The design on the nickel is symbolic, featuring the iconic image of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, just like on all Jefferson nickels, but with a subtle nod to the war. On the reverse, there's a depiction of the Pacific Ocean, referencing the battlegrounds that were critical during the conflict. This coin is unique not just for its design, but for the rarity of certain minting errors and limited production, which make it so valuable today. Now, let's talk about the mint mark itself, the D. This stands for the Denver Mint, where the coin was struck. The 1998 D Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel isn't the most common coin from that year, which is part of the reason why it's so sought after by collectors. The Denver Mint produced a limited number of these coins, which gives them an edge in the market. But it's not just the limited mintage that makes them so special, it's also the condition of the coin and some of the rare errors that were made during the minting process. The market value of the 1998 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel can reach an impressive $4 million. That's right, $4 million. But why? Well, there are a few reasons for this sky-high valuation. First, the coin is rare, but it's not just rare in the sense of being hard to find. There are specific factors that make certain coins within the 1998 D series more valuable than others. One of the main reasons these nickels have such a high value is because of the condition they're in. Coins that are in mint condition, or have been preserved in near-perfect state, are incredibly valuable. The rarer the condition, the higher the price tag. Some collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these coins because they are considered a piece of history, and owning one is like having a tangible link to a critical moment in American history. Another huge factor in the value of the 1998 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is the possibility of minting errors. Coins with unique or unusual characteristics that were caused during the minting process can become incredibly valuable. For example, some of these nickels were accidentally struck with double dies or misshaped, which increases their rarity. If you happen to find one of these error coins in your collection, you could be holding on to something worth millions. Imagine stumbling upon a nickel that has a flaw or error, maybe a double die or a misaligned die. That could be worth a fortune in the right condition. These error coins are the holy grail for collectors, and if you have one, you could sell it for a life-changing amount of money. Where to find the 1998 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel now? you might be wondering how to find a 1998 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel in your own collection. The good news is, these coins are still out there, but finding one in top condition can be a challenge. You can start by checking your loose change or searching through coin rolls. Coin dealers and online auctions are also good places to look for rare nickels. However, you'll want to be cautious and make sure that the coin you're purchasing is authentic and in good condition. Always get a professional evaluation if you're unsure about the coin's value. So, what exactly should you be looking for when searching for this valuable coin? First and foremost, pay attention to the condition of the coin. A coin in mint or near mint condition will fetch the highest price. Look for coins that have minimal scratches, discoloration, or signs of wear. The next thing to check for is the mint mark. Make sure the coin is a 1998 D mint mark, as this is the key to its rarity. Lastly, check for any minting errors. As we mentioned earlier, coins with errors can be worth far more than a standard version of the coin. If you notice any strange patterns, such as doubled images or unusual cuts, that could indicate an error, and it's worth getting it appraised by a professional. The market for rare nickels like the 1998 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is incredibly competitive. Collectors from around the world are constantly on the lookout for the next big find. Some collectors focus solely on acquiring nickels from specific years or mint marks, while others look for coins that have historical significance or unique features. The value of these coins is always changing based on market trends, but one thing is for sure, the 1998 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is in high demand. To wrap things up, the 1998 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is a coin with incredible value and historical significance. Whether it's because of its limited mintage, its connection to World War II, or the potential for minting errors, this nickel is something you should keep an eye out for if you're a collector or simply someone interested in rare coins. With a market value of up to $4 million, it's no wonder why so many people are eager to add this piece of American history to their collections. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare nickels, you could be holding on to a small fortune. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more coin tips, history, and valuable finds. We have a fascinating and exciting topic to explore, the 2006 D Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel, which has been known to fetch a staggering $4 million on the market. This specific coin is not only a symbol of American history but also a rare piece with immense value. In this video, we're going to dive into why this coin is so valuable, how you can identify it, and why it's become such a sought-after collector's item. Let's start with some background on the War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel series. The U.S. Mint released these nickels as part of a broader initiative to honor the 60th anniversary of the end of World War II. The coin itself features a design that commemorates the U.S. role in the Pacific theater of the war, particularly with an engraving that marks the victory and the events surrounding it. Released in 2006, these coins were produced as part of a set, each marking different phases of American history. The War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel was one of the more iconic designs of that series. On the reverse of the coin, we see a depiction of the Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's home, as a backdrop. However, the design's significance lies in its historical context, a time of great sacrifice and heroism during the war. Now, why has the 2006 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel become so valuable? One reason is rarity. While millions of these coins were minted, very few in circulation possess the features that make them highly desirable. A unique set of characteristics is key to the 2006 D's high price point. The key factor to look out for is the condition of the coin. Coins that are graded as near mint or gem quality, with minimal wear and no discoloration, are the ones that fetch the highest prices at auction. Another reason for the coin's high value is its connection to a historical event that continues to resonate with people around the world. The War in the Pacific was one of the most significant chapters in World War II, and as time passes, the value of artifacts from that era, especially coins like the Jefferson nickel, rises. People are drawn to the history embedded within the coin, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for a piece of this American legacy. But here's the kicker, not every 2006 war in the Pacific nickel is worth a fortune. The key to identifying a valuable one lies in understanding the specifics of the coin's minting process and the limited edition nature of certain coins. While the minting process for the War in the Pacific series was robust, there were variations that make some coins stand out from the rest. These include misprints, overdates, and unique marks that set them apart. For example, some coins might have a distinctive strike or an error that makes them far more rare than others. To identify whether your coin is worth that whopping $4 million, start by looking at its condition. A grade of MS 67 or higher is typically the threshold where values start to climb dramatically. The higher the grade, the more likely it is to be worth a substantial amount. You'll also want to look for coins with perfect or nearly perfect features, such as a clear and clean design without any visible blemishes or distractions. For those of you wondering where to find this 2006 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel, it's important to check with your local coin dealers, online auction platforms, and even coin shows. While the market for rare coins is highly competitive, it's still possible to find one of these valuable coins if you know where to look. Be sure to consult with experienced numismatists or get your coin appraised by a professional before making any major decisions. At this point, you may be wondering, how did the value of this coin reach $4 million? That's a great question, and it ties back to a series of high-profile sales and the growing trend of interest in rare U.S. coins. Over the years, the War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel has gained recognition among collectors as one of the most valuable coins from the mid-2000s era. As people become more aware of its significance and scarcity, the price continues to climb. If you're lucky enough to have one of these coins, you're holding more than just a piece of American currency, you're holding a piece of history. The value will continue to appreciate over time, making it a fantastic investment for any collector. So, if you want to get your hands on this rare coin, or if you're looking to sell one, it's essential to stay informed about the latest trends in the coin market. Remember, knowing what makes a coin valuable and understanding how to grade it properly will give you the best chance at making the most out of your collection. As with any coin collection, patience is key. The journey of finding a valuable coin, like the 2006 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel, requires persistence and a keen eye for detail. You might not find one right away, but with diligence, you'll increase your chances of coming across a rare and valuable treasure. Before we wrap up, let's review some quick tips for identifying a potentially valuable 2006 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel. Check the mint mark. Make sure it's a D mint mark, as this is crucial for this specific coin's rarity. Look for condition. The higher the grade, the more valuable it is. MS 67 or higher is the sweet spot. Search for errors, misprints, overdates, or other distinguishing features can significantly boost the coin's worth. Get an appraisal. If you think you have a rare coin, don't hesitate to get it appraised by a professional to confirm its value. Watch for auctions. High-profile sales of rare coins can help establish current market values, so keep an eye on online platforms and local coin dealers. That's it for today's deep dive into the 2006 mint mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel, a coin with a market value that can soar up to $4 million. I hope you found this video informative and exciting, especially if you're a passionate coin collector or just curious about rare pieces of American history. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with fellow coin enthusiasts. We're diving into one of the most intriguing and valuable coins that's recently captured the attention of numismatists and collectors worldwide, the 2014 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel. This coin, part of the United States Mint's National Parks series, might seem like just another regular nickel to the untrained eye, but it has some incredible features that could make it worth millions of dollars on the open market. So, if you're a fan of rare coins, or if you've ever wondered how certain coins can reach such high values, stick around because we're going to break it all down for you. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the 2014 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is so valuable, what makes it unique, and how you could potentially own one that's worth upwards of $4 million. Let's get into it. First, let's take a step back and talk about the 2014 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel. The United States Mint released this coin as part of the Westward Journey nickel series, a set that was issued in honor of the 70th anniversary of the end of World War II in the Pacific. The coin specifically honors the Battle of the Pacific, which was a significant part of American military history during the Second World War. You might be wondering, why would a nickel, which is typically worth only 5 cents, be worth such an astronomical amount of money? Well, the answer lies in a unique combination of factors that make this particular coin so special. To understand the value, we need to dive into the coin's design, its minting process, and the rarity of certain versions that can fetch tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars. Let's start with the design. The 2014 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel features a beautiful and detailed reverse design that commemorates the Pacific theater of World War II. It includes an image of the Pacific Ocean with a World War II-era warship in the foreground, and a depiction of the American flag in the background. It also includes the words, "War in the Pacific" and "Honoring all who served." Now, what makes this coin truly stand out are the minting errors that have been discovered over the years. Some of the 2014 D. Jefferson nickels produced by the Denver Mint have rare, unintentional errors that drastically increase their value. These minting errors can range from off-center strikes, double strikes, or even missing elements in the design, making them incredibly sought after by collectors. You may be asking, how can a mint error make a coin worth so much? Well, in the world of numismatics, mint errors are highly prized because they are unique, rare, and offer something that no other coin has. A minting error is a mistake that occurs during the production process, and it usually results in a coin being produced in a way that was never intended. Because there are so few of these errors in circulation, the value of these coins skyrockets due to their rarity. One of the most famous and valuable examples of this is a 2014 D. War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel that has been struck off-center. These coins, which have a design that is misaligned and partially missing, are considered to be particularly rare. When one of these off-center nickels hit the market, it fetched an incredible sum at auction, almost $4 million. That's right, you could have a coin that was originally worth 5 cents being sold for a mind-blowing amount, all because of a mistake made at the minting process. It's not just the off-center coins that are worth a fortune. Other error varieties, such as coins with a double die or missing elements in the design, have also been known to fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars. This has led to increased demand and excitement among collectors, as more and more of these rare and valuable 2014 D. War in the Pacific Jefferson nickels are discovered. Now, let's talk a little bit about the process of identifying a valuable 2014 D. War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel. Most of the time, these coins look like standard nickels at first glance. The untrained eye might not even be able to spot the difference between a regular nickel and one that's worth millions. That's why it's important to know what to look for when searching through your change or looking for coins to add to your collection. The first thing to check is the mint mark. The 2014 D. War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel has a D mint mark, which indicates that it was struck at the Denver Mint. So, if you come across a coin that doesn't have a mint mark, it won't be a 2014 D version, and it likely won't have the same level of rarity or value. Next, carefully inspect the design. Look for any signs of a minting error, such as off-center strikes, doubling of the design elements, or misaligned details. If you notice any of these issues, you might be holding onto something very special. In addition to mint errors, some 2014 D. War in the Pacific nickels are also valuable due to their condition. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition, with no scratches, marks, or signs of wear, are often worth more than coins that have been circulated. If you find a 2014 D. War in the Pacific nickel in mint condition, it could still be worth a significant amount, especially if it's one of the error varieties. So, where can you find these coins? The best place to start is by checking your change. You never know when you might come across a rare coin hiding in your pocket or purse. You can also visit coin shops, auctions, or even online platforms where collectors buy and sell rare coins. Keep in mind, though, that the most valuable 2014 D. War in the Pacific Jefferson nickels are extremely rare, so it might take some time to find one that could fetch such a high price. But, if you're serious about coin collecting, don't get discouraged. Keep hunting for those rare coins, and always be on the lookout for mint errors or coins in perfect condition. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and you never know when you might strike gold, or should I say, nickel. Before we wrap up, let's recap the key points of today's video. The 2014 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is an incredibly rare and valuable coin, particularly when it features minting errors such as off-center strikes, double strikes, or missing design elements. These coins can be worth millions of dollars, with one particularly rare example selling for almost $4 million at auction. To find a valuable 2014 D War in the Pacific nickel, make sure to check for mint errors, inspect the condition of the coin, and look for the D mint mark. Keep searching through your change, visit coin shops, and stay engaged with the numismatic community. You never know when you might discover your own rare and valuable coin. Thank you so much for watching.